I just had to go inside and get my phone to video this. A hawk just came down at my head in front of Rover. Rover was here burying a nut, and I was gonna actually take video and say, you know, wow, how unusual that Rover would be in this part of the yard, but I didn't have my phone on me. So then I was just watching, and I was looking at the trees to make sure she was safe, and then she looked up to look at the trees I was looking at to see if she was safe. So we were both looking up there to make sure she was safe, and we determined she was. So she went back to burying, and I'm sitting here watching her. A hawk dove down at my head from up here, and his wing went right by my ear, or wings, or whatever. Oh my God, I can't even tell you. My heart is still freaking out. And then he went this way, which I'd rather he come at me than at Rover. I'd totally rather he come at me than at Rover. So that was good, but man, now I kind of know what it feels like, because it was terrifying and my heart's still beating. And then he came over this way, and so I came running this way, and I had been clapping, you know, to let everyone know to hide, and yelling, and someone had run in here. They might still be in here, I don't know. And when I came over, they were crying in here, and he, by this point, was up there, which I didn't know until then. He went and took off flying, and he came down low trying to get somebody again. So I was clapping and screaming, and I was kind of crapping, but he left empty, thank God. Here comes Rover. She just came out from under the picnic table, so that's where she was hiding. Oh my God, Rover. And I know she saw the whole thing. I mean, she totally, after he flew right by my head, I looked, and she was staring. She was just stark still staring at me. So she saw him come down at my head. Oh my God. Rover. I can't even imagine being her, what that must have looked like. I didn't, you know, when I was videoing just now, I saw my shadow looking at the ground videoing. I don't know why I didn't see him coming at me as a shadow. Like when I was watching Rover. Now, I wasn't looking at my shadow at that time. I don't even remember seeing my shadow. I was just so focused on Rover. Oh my God. Getting dive bombed by a hawk, it's a feeling you don't forget. And it's the second time too. I had another time on the deck where a few months ago where that happened. And I was with 2 squirrels. I was with Pippi and Tupac when that happened. He came flying right at my head. All right, Rover says back to normal. Rover and I were pretty much the only 2 out in that whole area. I think we were the only 2 out that I know of at all in that whole area when it happened. So he probably had his eye on her, and I was in the way. And then he just came at me.